Stephanie, you're building a position in Devon Energy, but this is a name that people have been skeptical of. So what's attracting you to it now?
Yeah, well, it's underperformed the group substantially. It's trading at about a 20% discount to its NAV, probably one of the cheapest E&P names. For good reason. You know, the company over the last couple of years, they've done a lot of M&A in terms of divesting non-core assets and really just getting smaller. But now they have to prove that what they're left with can actually grow. We actually think they can because of their exposure to some of the most resource-rich parts of the U.S. But this is a North America onshore play, as opposed to we've been so bullish on the offshores for the last couple of months. But this one is kind of a contrarian play.
Do you think that production can get to the levels that industry peers are working with?
Probably not this year. Probably more like 15% versus say 20%, 25%. But I think if they can just show progress, and there's a lot of catalysts actually coming up. April 4th, there's an analyst day, and they're going to go through and outline all the projects that they have, the upside opportunity. So I actually think that that could get people excited about some of the prospects, particularly again in some of the resource-rich areas like the Permian Basin, also their Canadian oil sands exposure. So as we get that more information, maybe then you get more comfortable that in the out years, they're positioned to grow 20% plus.
And in energy in general, you've been reducing your overweight exposure. So what does this move kind of mean for your positioning in general?
Yeah, well, I mean, a lot of what we did on the energy side was take some gains, right, in Apache and Ensco and Fluor. You know, I think that this one is kind of a, as we say, contrarian because, you know, it's lagged its peers for good reason. They've got to prove themselves, but it's also, they have a lot of exposure to nat gas. But I like that. We don't have a lot of nat gas exposure in our portfolio, and I think you're starting to see a bottom there. So that was kind of the rationale that not so much bullish on energy per se, but maybe different pockets within energy to stay diversified. And so we kind of wanted to balance it out a little bit.
This market is
stock pickers market.
Stocks have rallied this year.
We're coming into a Monday where we're going to